Hello, my pretties. Well, hello, my pretties. Hello, my pretties. There's pretties everywhere. Okay, so let's get to I'm really. Oops, sorry. Pull up my pants. Didn't mean to do any mooning of anybody. But today's video. It's raining out, so I'm just making a whole bunch of videos of my jammies. Professionals do that, you know. I'm not a professional, but I'm just saying they probably do that. So anyway, here's what I got. My lovely Rhodes RRT5 Jackson Flying V. I love this thing. Writing original songs versus cover band. Back in the 90s, I'm always going to do that back in the 90s thing. I'm the old man now, right? I used to play in cover bands mostly. And then I got a couple of bands where we started doing original songs. But I always wrote original songs right back from when I was about 12, 13 years old. For my first band, Fenris Wolf. I can't even believe I can remember the name of it. Fenris Wolf was basically werewolf, you know. And I remember the first song I wrote was called Earthquake. And it had a cheesy little line. It was very 80s glam. Something like that. It was something like that. Shaking like an earthquake. That was the chorus. It was pretty funny. But the second band was called Earthquake. And that was one of the songs. Never did anything. Never played it anywhere. Never, that band, you know, never really went anywhere. The bass player and I were trying to be like Billy Sheehan and Paul Gilbert kind of stuff, and neither of us were up to that skill level, but our egos weren't there. It's like, you look back at it, you laugh, but it was good though. It was good. Yeah, whatever that the Paul Gilbert stuff there. Love Paul Gilbert. He's pretty awesome. But anyway, yeah. So I was like, yeah, well, I can write songs, right? But a lot of the places I played didn't allow you to play original songs. So you'd sneak it in and just not say it. Say, oh, yeah, it's a new one. It was on the radio the other day. You know, really, that wasn't one of your songs. It was. You're not playing here again. Now it's a lot more like the bar owners now they're all Gen Xers, right? Like myself. So they tend to be more accepting to original music. Not all, but some. And there were a lot of bars that were like, under no circumstances do you play original music, because they didn't. What they were afraid of was, you know, somebody coming in and do screamo or something like that, right? Which, if the bar was meant for that, fine. But they didn't want a chance at like that, because it scared their audience away, right? Times have changed. You know, people like that stuff now. Maybe not the screamo as much, but the. Yeah, like that little riff I got going there. I just came up the other day there. I can already hear some female vocalists singing like an angel operatic over that riff. And I can already hear the song. It's like and then she starts singing. What? Doesn't matter. So there, I got a song within I could probably write 10 songs an hour. Like, I'm that type of guy. I don't write music, and then all of a sudden, bang, out comes the song, 10 songs in a day kind of thing. So how did I get there? How did I do that? And why don't you know about much of my stuff? Well, the same problem. This is my recording studio right here, and I'm very limited on the drums, the drum sound. I haven't had the chance to work with the right amount of musicians to do the original stuff in a long time, for many life reasons, working, blah blah blah. So I'm trying to do it all myself and stuff like that. But I still write the songs, and I do perform some of them live once in a while at jam nights acoustically and stuff like that. But it's like when you do. Last year I did my Atlas song. and that song was really cool. And you can see it on the channel. It's called Atlas, and it was the first time I was on stage since the thing that happened to the world, and people really liked it because it was original song. Whatever, didn't matter. Like they were impressed by the yeah the yeah however yeah. I don't even remember how to play my song, but anyway, I'm used to playing it on the 12 string, and I did all that shredding on the 12 string and stuff like that. And I remember this guy, he's a really good jazz musician. He's like, wow, he goes, you always do that. He goes, you'll play some song and then all of a sudden you'll rip into some metal riff. He goes, it's really cool. He goes, it's unexpected, right? And it's like, well, like that's cool. But if I was in a band and I just went out and did that on, like, say, a guitar like this, it wouldn't be that much of a special thing, would it? Because you expect to hear that kind of a riff on, you expect to hear that on this, right? So all that stuff, you expect to hear it on that, but you don't expect to hear it acoustically, right? So you can do a two-prong approach here. Write your songs, okay? You don't have a band yet, don't worry about it. Write your songs. Envision the song in multiple versions, an acoustic version, 3-chord rock, whatever, power metal version, a mandolin version, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Write the song, go perform it on a stage, an open mic, that kind of thing. Go perform it and let the music draw the people who are interested in it to you. Say, hey, I would like to work with you, blah, 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 on this. I do this, can you do that? Like, sure. Your hardest person to find is always the bass player. A good keyboard player and a bass player, if you're going to have that in your bands, sometimes the keyboard player is the bass player and vice versa. But whatever it is, you can start shopping your tunes right away. Like there's no, like you can start online. Problem with the online stuff is, I'm going to take a lesson out of the Periphery book here, is online, like what Periphery did is, like, like every band does, like they all go to like SoundCloud, where I'm on SoundCloud, and CD Baby, stuff like that. And they try to sell music. You can't sell music anymore. It's bygone era. I don't even know if they sell CDs. I know they sell like specialty CDs and records and stuff like that. They'll sell it, but like really nobody buys music anymore. Everything's free, right? And go with that. Go with the music is free. I just want you to hear it. And this is what Periphery did. They said, well, they give all the music away for free. The Grateful Dead did the same thing. Give all the music away for free. Yeah, don't worry about making a cent off of any of it. You might make money off merchandise and stuff like that later on. Instead, give the music away for free. Build your fan base, and that's what Periphery did. Is they built their fan base. That's what the Grateful Dead did. They gave the money, the music, kind of away for free, whatever. And if people bought records, right? But come and see us live, and that's where you're going to make money as a musician. But keep writing tunes. The nice thing about nowadays is it's like it used to be. And you can watch, like, I follow, like, Napalm Records, Scarlet Records, Capitol Records, what's the other one? Scarlet Records is all the Italian metal bands. They're really good. And then, of course, Nuclear Blast Records, all them. And it seems like they don't really put out, like, they put out albums, but it's kind of like they're more putting out, like, singles all the time, right? So there's no, and then they do these side projects that are not really on anything. And I'm noticing, like, you get a lot of crossover bands on the same label or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, this singer went over with that guitar player and that drummer and whatever. They got together and they just did like a one-off thing. And, oh, hey, and it's a way to loop in other people's fans to you, right? And I think that might be the better way to go. Because you can't think 1990s music's, like music system. Like even Flora Jansen from Nightwish was saying, like, she goes, like, I don't know how people do it nowadays because, how the music industry has changed so much. So you don't just go out there, play in front of a record exec and get a make millions. That happens to very few. Those people that like your Taylor Swifts and stuff like that, like those people are chosen to do that. The music is already written for most of them. You know what I mean? So you're probably going to be more like a guy like me, where it's like nobody knows who you are, nobody cares that much, whatever. So write stuff you would like to listen to yourself. I tend to like the metal-y stuff, but I also like to write stuff that I try to think in terms of timeless. That if you were to listen to it today, you're not going to be laughing at it 20 years down the road. That you're still going to say it's really cool. And there are a lot of songs like that. And, you know, I'll tell you what kind of music to avoid. The here and the now, we're the youth, blah, blah, blah. Stay out of that. It doesn't age well. Like some songs age well because they're fun, whatever, but they don't typically age well. Don't date your songs, right? Try to write something that stays timeless. You know, I know that's very vague to say, but it will work for you. It will work for you that way. The other thing is when you're writing songs,